Cornhusker Nation, Nebraska football, this is perfect. We might get four-star recruit Ajay Allen, who was formerly committed to TCU. But as you Nebraska fanatics know, TCU's running back coach, Brian Applewood, I've made a video on Applewhite before. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. He is now coming to Nebraska to be their running back coach. So, Ajay Allen might now come with him and be a Cornhusker. He made a visit a couple weeks ago, and I quote verbatim from Allen, "The visit was perfect." Guys, right now I want to talk about something though at Nebraska. Okay, I've made a lot of videos on, running backs that are coming in from the transfer portal, some from high school. When you go on Nebraska.com, we'll go on it right now, and you look at the running back roster for the 2022 team, we'll look at it right here. We got Yant is the first guy that got listed, number 0. A lot of people have been talking about Yant in the comments. I'm excited to see what this guy can do in the fall. I think he's definitely going to get playing time. I don't know if he'll be the starter, but he looks like he's been working his butt off. And I know this guy freaking works hard in the weight room, okay? He's a freaking hard worker. So, Ramir Johnson, that speaks for himself, okay? This guy was the leading runner behind Adrian Martinez, the number 1 running back in terms of yards last year. We go down, Zach Weinmeister, honestly got no idea who that guy is. Shout out Weinmeister, sophomore from Loveland, Colorado. Gabe Irvin Jr., a lot of people have been talking about this guy in the comments. Maybe he can have a breakout year. We'll see what he does in this offseason. Then we got a couple of Omaha guys, Cooper Jewett, I should say, from Elkhorn South. Shout out Elkhorn, Nebraska. Marquise Stepp Jr. from Indianapolis. Bo, looks like he's from Texas. Redshirt freshman. Then we got Trevin Lubin, redshirt freshman. Shout out Wahoo, Nebraska. Isaiah Harris with a beautiful fro, I must add. Okay, redshirt freshman from Millard South. Shout out Omaha. Then we got Matt Schuster from Cozad. Shout out Cozad, Nebraska. Running back as well. Aiden Young from Omaha. Shout out Elkhorn again. You guys know how I feel about Anthony Grant. 5'11", 210, formerly at Florida State. JUCO running back of the year last year. And then we got Emmett Johnson, who I just previously made my last video on. If you guys haven't seen that, go check that out. He's an absolute beauty. So Nebraska has a lot of running backs. It's not a problem in my opinion. I made a video a couple weeks ago also saying we need help. And it looks like Scott Frost listened to what I had to say, okay? Because, there's now like 12 or 13 running backs. And if we get this guy who was formerly committed at TCU, Allen, who looks like he can play and is almost as good as like an Emmett Johnson, 3-4 star, okay? And, you look at everything that he said, he'd rated a 10. That's what he said. That's why his visit was perfect in his words, okay? He had not one bad thing to say at Lincoln. He mentioned he didn't even know that they had sellout crowds of 90 plus. Okay, he talked about how nice the facilities were, but that the facilities weren't that important to him. What was important is that he was going to a school where he could succeed and make it to the next level, okay? Obviously, Nebraska has history of putting guys into the NFL, and if he thinks he's going to get more playing time at Nebraska because he has a better relationship with Brian Applewhite, we'll probably land this guy. I think Allen's going to come to Nebraska, but I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Is this realistic? Will this guy actually come to Nebraska and be the 13th running back? Although a lot of those guys are red shirts, that's a lot of running backs to compete with. So, he says in his interview that I saw on another YouTube channel, and he talked about how, 2 running backs have actually left from Nebraska and entered the portal, and that the coaches on his visit told him that they needed a couple more guys. So although there's a lot of running backs on the roster, maybe Scott Frost needs a couple more. So I want to hear what you guys think in the comments, if this kid will come, and if he does, do you think he'll play right away? But Cornhusker Nation, Nebraska football fanatics, thanks for tuning in to today's video. I'll make another video talking about the Northern Iowa Defensive Player of the Year that recently committed. But guys, if you're new to the channel, before you tune out, hit that sub button. And thanks for tuning in. And until next video, I'm out.